Hello everyone, I'm Havoc and this is Factorio Space Exploration Plus. I have done a little bit of work off camera, not as much as I've done the past few episodes, but we will run over there and take a look. Primarily, I finished our oil setup. I say that loosely. It's finished for now. What it is it's producing our sulfur and it's producing our plastic. And I also expanded it just a few out, and there was a mistake that I was missing a couple of undergrounds, so only a few of these were running. I've fixed that problem. They're all running now. We are just about full up on petroleum gas here, and that is being used to produce plastics and sulfur. And I have a little small setup here for producing batteries. Now, if we look down here, I'm not going to run all the way down there just yet, but I also built a setup for making reds and expanded our green production by doubling what it outputs here. So we have two green lines going down and then a red line right here. This one, each one of these makes 1 per second. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A total of 6 red circuits per second. It's not a lot, but it's better than nothing. And that's what we had before. So, but now with the sulfur and the red circuits, we can pretty much get our blue science, our chemical science packs down. Whoa. Well, alrighty then. Nice impact from a meteor. We're going to go take care of that right now. Do I have any replacement miners? I need to grab some. That's some exciting things happening there. I've got to get my meteor defense system online here shortly as well. Oh, I already had some miners. I'll put the stack of 30 something back up and keep the stack of 50 with me. And we'll run over there and fix that. Yeah, I need to take care of that. Another thing that I did was get my modular armor so I can have the perfect night glasses from Afraid of the Dark, some batteries, power, and belt immunity so I can stand on belts and they won't shift me around anymore. That didn't take that long. The first little modular armor is very, very cheap. It's 30 reds, 50 steel, and then your heavy armor. So, very cheap. And then this is some steel and red circuits. I need batteries. I needed batteries to make the personal batteries. Can I get just the, no, okay. I was going to see if I could pick up the meteor without picking up the miner, but that wasn't going to happen. Oh, we had 2. Okay, then. Lots and lots of damage. Right now, they're kind of sporadic and only come in few numbers, but later on they can ramp up to, I think, having 8 meteors in a cluster. And that can do some serious damage to your factory. And you could always just make sure you have bot coverage over the entire factory and everything in the logistics network to repair. But I would rather shoot the meteors out of the sky before they hit my factory. Sounds cooler too, you know, shooting meteors out of the sky. Okay, now that that little distraction is taken care of, let's go back and look at our chemical science. We already have reds, we already have sulfur, so we're looking at engine units. I need 2 engine units. Well, and it makes 2. So what you need is 1 engine per science pack that you're making. And if I come over here and take a look at this, I have, let's see, 20 making our reds and greens. So, and this makes every 5 seconds. So if we have 20, we're making 4 a second. Right? Because 5 of these is 1 a second, then another 5 is 2 a second, then 3 a second, then 4 a second. So we're making 4 reds a second, 4 greens a second. If I wanted to make 4 blues a second, what I would need is 24 of these running at once, and they each make 2. And that would give me 2 a second, not 4 a second. I would need 48 of these. Holy moly. We may not do 4 a second. We may just try and do 2 a second, which is already a lot. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to end up doing here. So we need to look at how we are going to do that. And I have this lovely belt right here that I could just offload onto the side of, but now that I'm looking at this, I don't know if I can fit, I can't fit 24 assembly machines along here, can I? Let's see, if I were to start right here and get down to the end here, I don't think that's 24. Oh, 1 away, huh? I could always put one a little closer to the bus. I try to not cram the bus because then you run into issues. Boy, does that look ridiculous though. Okay, let's just set this up. This is 24, which is what I need in order to get 2 a second. Now here's the other thing to think about this. Is can I supply, I've definitely got the sulfur, and I definitely have 3 red circuits a second. I've double that. But can I make 2 engines a second? Where are engines at? Here they are. So 2 of these a second, and then it takes 10 seconds to craft. And it takes 2 iron gear wheels, 1 motor, 2 pipes, and 2 steel, and then 10 seconds in order to do that. So I think I could absolutely do 2 a second. What I would need is 20 assemblers making engines. So I'm going to need to go grab more assembly machines. From my mall right over here. Go ahead while I'm here and grab more nanobots, more fast inserters, long-handeds, and regular inserters. I'm pretty low on belt here. Just actual belt. I also probably want to look here very soon into setting up production of reds. Red belt stuffs. Red splitters, red undergrounds, and red belts. Okay. And I'm pretty good on power poles. So we're going to call it that for right now and come take a look down here and see. So for this, I just need probably sulfur and engines on one belt and then red circuits on another. And it really doesn't matter because they take so long to craft. I could honestly put anything on a belt together and it will work just fine, but I'm going to need 2 belts. We're going to make the outside belt here engines. That way I can easily put them on. So we're going to make the inside belt sulfur and red circuits. And that's not going to be hard at all. What we'll do here is a little side loading action. Whoop, too far. There we go. Then I'm going to need reds on one side. We'll probably do the far side here so I can sneak it in like that. And then I'm going to need sulfur. And we'll have to underground to here and then turn sideways and work like so. And I can get sulfur by putting an underground there and adding a splitter in right there. Boy, I'm having trouble placing things right now. Okay. There. Reds, sulfur, and then I just need to load engines in here. We can use the slow inserters because it takes so long to craft these things. Work our way down. Then we can come back and put in some long-handed, and I can get rid of that belt. Then we'll come back and power all this and put the output inserters and output power poles on the other side. And we will be in business. I could have done a couple and then made a blueprint had I been smarter about it, but that's okay. I'm already almost done now. I grabbed a bunch of extra bot ammo to do that, and then here I go doing it all by hand. We'll do that for the engines when we go to make the engines. We'll be smart about that. One monster of a production chain there for blue sciences. Alright, so now we need to take another hard look at this. Everything here for the engine I'm making or already have on the bus except for pipes. So I need to make pipes locally and just pump everything else onto the line. So I need 2 pipes every 10 seconds, but I'm going to have 20 of these machines down going at once. 2 pipes every 10 seconds turns into 0.2 pipe a second. So I need 1/5 of a pipe a second per machine. If I have 20 of them, see, I need 4 pipes a second, which I believe is pretty reasonable to ask this to do here. It makes 1 pipe in half a second, so I need 2 machines making pipes. All right, so I think what I'm going to do here is split this up. Instead of having one incredibly long line down the side of this, I think I'm going to do something along the lines of putting a machine here to make pipes on site. This will make 2 a second. And then if I run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, every one of these is going to be making me engines. And then I'm going to have to do a double-sided belt of everything. or one side is each different item, and I'm going to do 2 running down through here. And then we'll simply output over here, and this will allow me to offload pipe here, and I need to side load something on here with the pipe, and then I need to side load, wrong area, right there, onto there. So now we can bring down our gears, motors, and steel down to here. Let's go ahead and expand out where the copper is going to be. I don't have to have anything on there yet because I don't need copper. Also, I will need iron coming to right here. And this will be outputting engines. So we're going to need that and that. This one is real simple. Now, like I said before, we're going to be smart and make the bots do all of this by taking a snapshot of that right there. That'll work, right? Just come down every 2 machines. Don't need all these extra belts down here. In fact, I don't need that belt either, or these 2. Now this is only one side. I need double this. But what I'm thinking here is that honestly, I might make it one long line and put another assembly machine making pipes. I didn't want to do that, but then I'll have to set up a whole nother splitter. That's what we're going to do. I don't feel like, because these are each going to be split lines here once I bring all this down. I don't want to have to do all of this all over again here. I only want to split it one time off of the main line. Just try and give myself a visual representation of where these lines are. This one is actually going to be brought down. Steel as well will be brought down. So let's figure out what we're doing here. Gears can probably come in here, and we'll have gears and pipes. So we will come right down through here. And this is where we're going to break gears off from. And we will finish that out. Next, I need motors and steel. That's going to go onto these lines. And motors are right next to my gears up here. So what I may do is put motors over here, that way I can underground right here. That works out perfectly, and that I can come right through there, and that gets my motors sent down. Now I need steel and I need iron. I need the steel on this line here. So we will break it off right there. This is actually working out wonderfully. And then I need to bring iron down, and iron needs to come down. Whoop, misplacing constantly. Right through here. And we have a blueprint for that right there. The only thing I need to do with this is figure out a different setup for this. Because I didn't leave room for two of these here. What I'll do actually is side load this right after it comes out there, and that will give me more room to side load here. And if I slide this machine down to here, we now have enough room for two pipes. Two pipe assembly machines. And I'm clicking everywhere right now. There. The only thing that alters is the fact that I need to move a power pole. Now we're talking, and I need to sneak power over here somehow. It doesn't look horrible. That'll look okay. And I now need to take this one, get rid of it, and make a brand new one. Because we've got to double this thing up. This is going to be a monster. But this should give us enough engines per second to make our 2 blues per second. Granted that a yellow belt can carry enough material down here. 15 items per second might be not enough. It should be plenty. But we're going to find out. And that gives us engines. This is quite interesting to watch. I'll just have to keep an eye on it and make sure these down here are actually getting what they need. Can put some speed modules up here into our pipe machine, possibly. I don't know, is it making it all the way down? Kind of looks like it might. These last two aren't working and may not get to work. Alright, but we have blue science flowing. Chemical science. And that's going to help us significantly. It's nowhere near as quick as our red and greens. And that's okay for now. We can come back in here and make modifications later on. Very shortly we'll be getting into modules. The first tier modules, honestly, is, I would say, probably not worth really messing with. You're not going to get a whole lot of value from them. But with blue science, I can start upgrading them. Because we can get the advanced electronics, which unlocks the blue circuit. And that allows us to research speed modules 2 and then speed module 3. I'll need the purple science as well. So we'll get around to that. But we're flowing. We are making our blue sciences. Let's make a pick here. What's the first thing? Advanced oil processing is probably going to need to be the very first thing that I do. Getting laser turrets up will help here shortly. Ooh, that helps with meteor defense installation. That's definitely going on there. What else do I need for this? The advanced circuits. And then meteor defense installation. I'm going to push for that because I can already make this meteor point defense, but it only defends a 64 tile area from its point of origin all the way around. And that sounds like a lot, but when your base is probably going to take a dozen or more of them, it's not really worth it when you can make a dozen of the meteor, what is this thing called? Meteor defense installations. And when you have these suckers, they protect the entire planet, anywhere, not just the area that you have them. As long as you have enough of them, they can destroy the incoming meteor strikes and save your hind end from having to run around and repair things. So that's definitely something I'm going to want to get rolling soon. But we've got that researching. We can look at another good tech to add in here. Uranium processing, definitely something I want to get into. Substations. Yes, substations are wonderful. Let's see here. Mining productivity, low density structures, military 3. Probably going to move into the modules next. Lubricant will unlock electric engines and lead to robots and other wonderful things. We'll get there here shortly though. I think we're going to grab uranium processing and heat shielding. We'll let that run for a bit, and while that's running, we can get things expanded. Let's go ahead and fill out the bus more instead of having these hollow, empty lines. Then we can decide what the next step is. Okay, that's looking better. I need to look into what it's going to take to make the blue circuits. Blue circuits are going to take red circuits, they're going to take green circuits, and they're going to take sulfuric acid and some time to make. Problem is, we set this thing up, and this is consuming what, 3 red circuits per second, and I'm only making 6. That only leaves me with 3 red circuits per second to then use to make blues and everything else. And I need to get better modules. I really would like to get to the productivity module 3 and the speed module 3 as soon as possible. But that's going to also require us to get into purple science. But this is flowing. We're looking good. I don't think I'm going to need to put any more lights down now that I have the perfect night glasses, because this is nighttime right now, and you should be able to see pretty well. Just for a frame of reference, I'll show you what happens if I take them off. Nothing changed. Is it turning? Okay. Right as you'll notice the lights turning off. It's because it's becoming day and it's lighting up. Maybe next time it's nighttime and I pay attention. See, the thing is, I didn't even realize it was nighttime because of the perfect night glasses. So there's a testament to their wonderful use. Primarily for editing. That way, if I do a go between scenes, it doesn't go from pitch black to super bright, or super bright to pitch black, and everyone's squinting now and trying to figure out what's going on. But we're going good now. I'm going to let the tech run for a little bit, and we will see what we're going to work towards next. Most likely we're going to need to get our purple science up and running next. And that's going to require modules as it is. It requires productivity modules. It requires electric engines, can I see? Here we go. We can look at it right now. It takes 30 rails, an electric engine, and a productivity module in order to make our purple science, our production science. So I will need to unlock the electric furnace and then purple science. But we're going to let our science run. I'm going to see about maybe setting up a better collection of resources. I don't know. I mean, this is a lot. 12 million, 14 million, 10 million, 9 million roughly. It's going to say I want to set up trains to offload materials, but at this point we honestly don't need it. We have lots of resources still here. I may need to set up more smelting lines as we move into other things. It doesn't seem like it right now. All the belts are full, but if I start running science for a long time and it starts producing things, your belts will start to run low, especially when I start making red belts, as red belts use a ton of iron gear wheels, which is going to just crush our iron production. Right up here, if we are consuming all of these gears, this will consume 2 full yellow belts. I only have 4 yellow belts coming in, so if I'm using every single iron gear wheel I'm making, it will eat half of my iron outright right here, and then only half of it will flow down. And then you think, wait a minute, I'm using iron for motors, I'm using iron down here for grenades and military science, I'm using iron down on the other side. So very quickly you realize that 4 lanes of iron when you're consuming rapidly is not going to be enough. So I'm going to take some time, run my science, look into maybe adding some smelter arrays, and do a few things, and catch you guys up next time. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to like and subscribe, and thank you all for watching and being part of my community. See you later.